Welcome to another edition of Golf Talk Radio with Mike and Billy. Good morning here in the West Coast. Wherever you are, hope you're having a great day. My name is Billy Gibbs. That guy right there is Mr. Mike Brabennick. Hi, Mike. How are you, sir?
Very well, Mr. Gibbs. How are you doing?
I'm good.
Good.
Belated happy Thanksgiving. Hope you had a great holiday.
I did.
Cool.
I did. It was pretty awesome. It went by really, really fast, though.
Well, the last time we spoke was last week at this show, and you were having a birthday party with 9 of your daughter's friends or something like that.
Oh yeah.
I saw a brief video of the actual surprise. Very cool. How did it go? You survived that, and everything was great.
It was amazing. Couldn't have gone any better. We pulled off a surprise, and
was she truly surprised?
Oh man,
That's
she
awesome.
came back with my wife, walked into through the garage.
She's screaming.
And what
do you got from the store? What did you?
It was on a video that Noah took my son. The part that I don't know if everybody saw was that when she screamed, her phone got thrown up in the air.
Oh, did it hit the ground?
Oh yeah.
Oh no.
The case pretty much broke.
Birthday present.
Yeah,
New
but
case.
the phone's good.
New case.
And all I saw was she goes, ah, and the phone goes in there. I go, no.
Well, it was cool. It was a good night, and pillow fights break out, and makeup
they were
set, cutting,
just
doing hair and the whole thing. Or was that back in my age?
When you have 10, 15-year-old girls running around your house at 1 a.m. screaming.
They didn't have respect to keep it down.
You know what? I just let it roll.
All right, man.
It was she was having such a great time. They were all having such a great time.
Did
you
get up and make breakfast for 10 girls?
What did I do?
Because it would have been Sunday. It would have been the morning off.
I went up. No, I had to go to work.
Oh, you did? All right.
I was up early, and they were scattered around the house, literally,
just
out.
Passed
out.
out.
Oh, yeah, all over the place. It was pretty funny.
That is cool.
And my wife made breakfast for all of them.
That's so cool.
That was cool.
Well, that had to be very special for Ava. Must have loved that.
She had a blast.
You survived it. And Noah, did he disappear or did he hang?
Oh, he was gone.
He's gone.
After that video, he was...
He's not in Australia yet, though, is he?
No, he's
not yet.
not.
Okay, good. Well, let's talk about today's show. It's going to be a lot of fun. We're getting towards the end of the year. It's getting Christmas time. And so we're going to talk a little bit about, the holiday coming up. It's towards the end of the year. One of the things that we discussed is that what are we going to do next year to make golf more popular? For this golf industry to survive, all the people that are in the industry need customers. And as many that start the game, that many are leaving the game. So it's not really growing, and the golf course numbers were growing. So we're starving for customers out there. Not striving. We're trying our best to get them. What can we do to make the game more enjoyable? The millennials, it's just too long, too expensive, too hard. They're kind of spoiled that way. It's just the way they're brought up. Not spoiled, probably the wrong word. I don't want to insult anybody. But they're used for instant satisfaction, and that's what they're looking for. Gratification, video games, man, you're going to take a few minutes, you're going to conquer a level, and you're going to move on. So what is golf going to do to make the game more enjoyable? Top Golf comes to mind, but if you guys are familiar with Top Golf, we'll talk about it. They are doing something right. They're getting people involved in the game, and it's making it like a giant video game for real golf balls. We played Top Golf in Vegas.
Yeah, it was awesome.
So those are the kind of things. And you run a business, and you run a facility, and you're the director of golf. What are you going to do? I saw you do your horse race Mondays. It's very attractive. People are coming out. It looks very popular. So my question to the customers and listeners, what can golf do to keep people in this game, the ones that are starting? How are we going to hook them and keep them in the game? And so there's a lot of ideas. And I did some research, and there's a lot of people have a lot of thoughts on it. The courses are too long. What are we going to do, right? Those are the kind of things where I have that topic. We're also going to introduce the brand new Match Play. It's a game for GTR. You all familiar with the game, Match Game, where there's a sentence and you fill in the blank and you see how many people you can match. So we're going to have listeners call in, and we'll ask the question, and we'll see if you can match the co-host or whoever else is on the phone, or anybody. We could have 3 or 4 people and playing this game. We'll see if you can get any matches. For example, a double match would be Mike tightens his blank every time he blanks.
It's getting a little personal, isn't it?
I was talking about you tighten your grip every time you putt. Every time you putt. I don't know if it's kind of putting's personal. But you tighten your grip every time you putt.
I like that.
So there's a lot of different questions that we have, and if you can match the co-host, or if you can win a prize, and if you can match anybody, you get a prize. So that's going to come up in the show. So that being said, this Magical Tour player we got Dave Shimano calling in as always. Got to see him yesterday. He's looking great. He's back in town. And I'm just ready to relax and have fun. And it's time. I'm starting to feel a little healthier. And
Good.
so things are good. So what's up with you, man? Let's talk. What do you got over there?
I just think that this is something that hasn't been done over the years that probably more people in the world should acknowledge. There's a gentleman over in Europe. He's the Rugby International Chairman, Sports Council President.
Oh, that guy. Yeah.
Yeah, and
Swam, Slim.
No, actually.
Snotch
And
Flim?
what I wanted to say is I wanted to tell him happy birthday.
Oh, that's nice, buddy.
So, just really quick, and then we'll move on.
Yeah.
Happy birthday to Dickie Jeeps.
Dickie Jeeps.
Dickie Jeeps, yeah. So just a quick shout out from Golf Talk Radio to Dickie over there in Europe.
Hope you have a great birthday, Dickie.
We love you, man. Sorry that we missed all those years of happy birthdays to you.
Did you have helium when you sang that song?
No, it's
I
awesome.
love the Minion.
I know.
I actually didn't know they could form words, man.
I know. It's pretty amazing, huh? So
Big fan of the Minion.
I am.
So tell me about Dickie Jeeps.
Well, he's very, very involved in international rugby. He's the chairman. So when you think about football and soccer and where it's all come from, rugby. So thank you, Dickie, because guess what? Yesterday there were, day before yesterday, there were what? 3 football games.
Yes.
Thanks to Dickie.
And you got all 3 right, man. It's just
Yeah, what happened there?
Yeah.
I don't know what happened there. That was
Hey, at least I picked them this time.
You picked them?
I finally picked games. I usually miss out, but I didn't pick the winners. I at least picked the games.
You picked
So I have 2.
Well,
but I usually don't even pick.
My
so
wife
that's
a
how good
couple
I'm
weeks
doing.
ago didn't pick at all, and then next week she picked and she got like 12 right.
I know.
and
I
won.
saw that. Pretty cool.
And I'm like only.
That's
my
what
wife.
I'm hoping. So I have to pay you. Oh, I will pay you, but
What are you talking about?
I'm waiting.
No,
man.
I took care of that for you.
No, you did not.
Yes, I did.
Oh, cool. I'll start picking more.
That's what I mean. It's taken care of.
We'll talk offline.
I took care of you and Nikki.
It is fun. I just always forget, man. I've had some incidents, man. I've been sick. Well, I've been sick. I've been injured. So it was tough to remember that for the first few weeks after surgery.
You know, your injuries are a lot like a football player.
Dickie Jeeps and I have similar injuries.
yeah.
And you know what? All joking aside, I was looking this morning and I was just going through all the different news flashes from trying to come up with stuff for the show. And I read about Tiger. You know, he's coming back and he had fusing, you know, but much lower. And then so many of the tour players had fusing.
Isn't that crazy? I saw that too.
So I was looking through this
and
list.
now you're in that
And
crowd.
I'm in that group.
Dude, you're
But
the elite
The good thing is,
fusers.
most of them got complete recovery.
Yes.
I mean, it took time, but most of them are pain free than most of others. Most of those injuries most of them are golf related and stuff. Are much lower back with a lot more speed, right?
Yeah.
My neck isn't. It wasn't caused from golf, obviously, but it's encouraging to see that most of the people, even from Trevino and stuff from way back, he's had fusion, and then. I can't even remember. Retief Goosen had recently had a fused spine, and so, but they're all seem to be doing okay, and it didn't hinder their games too much. So I have high hopes that I can start.
As you should. And imagine
because
if
it's only been
you're,
7 weeks, and I'm telling you right now,
You're doing great, dude. You really are. I mean, the other
seen
thing
me
I've been
3 weeks
wondering
ago.
about is what if your donor is a golfer?
I'm hoping he was because I got
I mean,
bone in me.
It might.
I
I know.
I
gained 15 yards.
It could be
on your drive just by the infusing
Right.
that bone.
and I could have better attitude.
Yeah,
I could really
no,
could.
your attitude.
I have pretty good attitude.
Yeah,
Maybe better focus.
Focus would be good.
Yeah, I could have better.
Yeah.
I'm hoping, man. So I'm encouraged. Actually, my doctor, I went to my last tests, and they don't say much, actually. He doesn't say much, but he did say I can start hitting some soft, short shots.
Any more catheters when you came in there?
That will
No?
never happen.
Never again.
Never.
Yeah.
No. Death first. So,
Death first.
but anyways, I'm encouraged. So
Yeah,
I got off,
you should be.
I got off topic. That box right there is for you. I want you to open that. So this and do a play-by-play. Well, I'll do the play-by-play.
This is not an early Christmas
It is not
present.
an early Christmas present. It's something for you, and I think it's cool. This is Mike's.
Because-
This is Mike's BM in the morning. This is something
I
want.
ordered your stuff yesterday.
No, this
or
isn't
not
Chris-
yesterday.
not even close to
I ordered
Christmas,
your
man.
stuff on Tuesday.
So he's opening a box. It's black. It looks like it's got some kind of
It's got some
the
foam.
tissue paper. There's foam,
Oh, wow.
and then it's very nice crystal.
Wow.
What is it, buddy?
The first tee coach 2017, the first tee, Mike Brabenec.
So you were honored.
I have to take a picture of this and put it on social media. This is beautiful.
Isn't it cool?
That was awesome.
Yeah, so that was
Wow.
well earned. Mike became recognized coach in the first tee, which is not an easy thing to do. It's you can equivalent to be getting your master's degree in first tee, if you will, or getting your degree, or becoming a PGA professional. It's actually probably more difficult than becoming a PGA professional. But he was honored in Orlando, but there was 100 or so that were honored, and there's just too many trophies to bring back. They didn't want you to ship it back to get it broken, so they mailed it to us, the chapter. And Mike's going to take a picture of his amazing award. It's very
This is
beautiful.
awesome, man. I feel bad because I just got fingerprints on it.
You didn't know what it was, man.
Oh, yeah.
But it's pretty cool.
This is so cool.
It's
man.
really well made. Mine was so long ago. Mine's made out of wood.
It's
Literally is made out of wood.
Seriously?
Oh yeah, I got a wood one that hangs on the wall with a little, handwritten note on it saying, "Hey, good job." But nowadays,
Handwritten note, huh?
Did you
This
take a
thing is
picture?
Awesome. I'm trying to take one where I
Ooh,
can.
take it in there. Can
Yeah,
you read it?
because the background is the background doesn't
So,
need all this
anyways,
other stuff.
congratulations
This
to
is
you.
awesome,
He's
man.
taking a photo. It takes 3 or 4 years to become recognized as a coach. There's 3 to learn from, and then you have to test out. And it's similar to getting a degree in many things, but it really shows that he understands the coaching philosophy and is able to implement the coaching philosophy that the first tee instills. So there is a method. It's based around youth and positive development, positive character development. And so not only is he obviously he's a PJ and out, but he's now can tie in the skills from the first tee to be an expert in the business of youth development with young people and keeping the coach philosophy. So congratulations.
Thank
It's
you so
not
much,
an easy,
Bill. This
not,
is so cool.
Not an easy thing to do to be recognized like that. And there's still only a few hundred recognized coaches in the world, where there's 30,000 of you, man. So good job, and it's really pretty. I want to write in. I want a new one.
You do.
Mine's
Didn't
really.
you get one for being a master coach?
Oh yeah, I got one for that.
Was that one at least like this, or is it still wood?
It's not wood. It's crystal. It's a different shape, but it's crystal. But
Beautiful.
But that
man.
looks, that's really gorgeous, like the golf ball and stuff. And they've really done it up right. And but I'm actually my wood one is sentimental, so it's there. I'll take a picture of mine and yours next. We'll put them next to each other.
You know what? I had
mine was back about 10 years ago.
I had a flashback the other day to when I went to Tennessee, which was the last place I went for level 3, and you got to do your 9-hole. It's kind of like your PAT thing, and it was really cold when we went out there. It was like almost
you had to do your
raining.
playing. That's right.
Yeah, and you're back in Tennessee, and it's cold when they put the mats out, and you can't hit off the grass because it's too hard.
You got to be playing off frozen tundra.
And so the first, I don't know why I thought of this. Maybe it's just I had anxiety or whatever. But the first shot I blocked almost out of bounds, and I almost hit the Tennessee Golf House. It stayed in play.
That's where you were. Beautiful.
Place is awesome.
Wow.
It stayed in play, and
Well,
somehow,
there you go, man.
somehow I managed to save a 4. I have no idea how, but I just remember I took that first swing, and I thought as soon as I hit it, one of those shots where you go, uh-oh.
It brings back PAT flashbacks.
I know, man. It's like just.
Well, I'll tell you, when I had to do it, we had to do the Eagle certification skills set like the kids do.
Yeah.
So we hit 6 balls to a green 100 yards away.
Oh, I remember you told me
We had
this.
hit 4 on the green. We had to do up and ins. We played 18
I
hole
remember
up
you
and
telling
ins
me
with
that.
certain scores.
Yeah.
And you had to hit through fairways. They put big goalposts out in the fairway.
Yeah.
200 yards out, 180 yards, excuse me. And you had to hit through those 4 out of 6 times. Written stuff and everything, just like the Eagles. So they changed that a little bit because they want great coaches, not necessarily great players.
Yeah.
But you still have to play.
You still have to play.
You have to play, and you have to do it timely. You have to understand. You have to have skill set. There's no question. But there was a lot of some people wanted to become great coaches, and they would have been, but just didn't quite have that skill set. Yeah. 180 yards, just 4 out of 6 times through this goalpost. I think was 20 yards wide. So So it was really interesting that they've changed it to now you play. You have a score that you have to post like a PAT. But they're looking more for character.
Yeah.
That's what they're studying on is how's your character out there. Are you calling the bar cart girl over in the middle of your round, which has happened. Probably not a good idea for the first tee qualification. But anyways.
I remember it's so funny as you're saying all this stuff. I'm sure this, I don't know if this happens. It happens to me. I've been having flashbacks for the whole thing. And I got to the 9th hole, and the 9th hole was like water on the left and giant bunker that wraps around the whole front to the back to the right side of the green. Hit a perfect wedge, and it hits the green, one hop off the green into the bunker. So now I got a bunker shot to the pin. On the other side of the pin is water. And it's like a downhill bunker shot.
Memory.
And I flipped that thing to about 5 feet and made the putt, and I was like, thank God. I enjoyed it, but at the same time, like I put myself in so many difficult positions.
Then you passed. That's pretty funny.
Yeah, it was, but it was fun.
I remember the short in the approach shot, which was the 110-yard shot, 4 out of 6. I hit the first 3 in the green, no problem. It was, I had a wedge and knocked right middle of the green. Then I topped one, and then I kind of blocked one. I'm like, oh no, I'm down to last ball here, man.
That's a little pressure.
And if you didn't make it, you don't pass.
Did you just roll it on?
I had a pretty good shot, but the heart was pumping.
I'm sure.
I'm thinking, wait, this. I thought it was too easy. The Gold Post one wasn't bad. It was dead downwind up in Reno. We were up in Reno, and it was dead downwind. So it was 5 iron. You didn't have to hit anything more. You probably hit 7 iron.
Really windy?
Really windy, straight downwind.
Yeah.
So the ball wasn't going to go crooked. I mean, it was going to grab. The wind was going to grab it straight.
Excuse me.
So hitting it straight was not a problem. It was if it was crosswind, it would have been brutal. But I just remember hit 5 irons, and I just hit. I hit all 6 through, but if it was crosswind, I mean, you never know the conditions, right? It just happened to be that way, and he didn't need a lot of club. Probably could have done it with 8 irons, probably 9 irons, but
I would have been taking the 5 or 6 iron like you had, and I would have just set up on my front foot and punched it through the uprights every time.
One of our coaches, I won't mention names, but the short up and ins were brutal. There's 18 up and ins, and you had to shoot a score.
That's a lot.
So, and they had them buried in bunkers, and so I think you had to average 2.5 a hole, right? Your total score was like 2.5. So, but if you have a couple threes, you need a couple. You need a 1 or so out there, and so it was interesting.
Were they all off the green?
Everything was up and off the greens.
And you'd need to have a couple in.
18 holes, your total score up and in. You use your putt. You could putt, but some are in the bunkers, some are side hill lies out of the rough. So one of our coaches didn't pass, so they had a makeup, and they were allowed. You could make up at the end of the training if you failed any of these areas, or I should say,
sounds like PGA.
Yeah, exactly. It was based on that at that time, and so we went out and supported that coach, and because we were all driving home in the van together, so we went out and supported. And nerves, man. And I flashed back too, and I've been with people with PATs. I mean, you're like, oh my God. But did very well. They went no problem through the second time. Yeah. And it was the same setup. They never took the setup down, right? So it was still out there. So it was the same hole. So they had experience from it, so they can learn. Yeah. Which was kind of nice because they could have tweaked. Buried lie was that it was more of a soft sand. You had to drop a ball, and it plops down. So that way you had to drop a ball in the zone and you had to play it. Yeah. So it wasn't like they stepped on your ball or anything, but it would plug. It's nothing worse than a ball falling straight into soft sand.
Hard.
Really
hard.
So
really difficult.
That's why they changed in that drop rule. When we come back, we're going to talk about how do we make this game more popular. We're going to try to introduce some match play, which should be a whole lot of fun. But don't go away. You're listening to Golf Talk Radio with Mike and Billy. Hope you had a great Thanksgiving. We'll be right back.